What's up, guys? Today we got my 21 Turbo S Velocity Razor. I'm replacing the axles. I had snapped this one in half. I got some bigger tires, some 33s on this thing. It came stock with 32s. I ended up snapping the axle. We're upgrading to the Rhino 2.0 axles. I already got this side done. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do this side. It's pretty simple. We just got to take off the wheel, both the radius arms, unbolt the axle, and then pull it out. I'm gonna show you guys the process of that. It's fairly easy. The only tools you guys are gonna need is a 19 for the lug nuts, 18 for the radius arm bolts, and an inch and 1/8 for the axle nut, and 18 wrench to hold the other side of the radius arm bolt, and that's all that we're gonna need. Let me go ahead and start taking off this tire. Four bolts, slide the tire off. See, this thing, these things say they're 33s. My truck is on 35s. I stick these things up next to the 35s and look how big they are. They're just as big as the 35s, but they're only 33s, 255, 90, 15. That's a 33. It's kind of crazy. So I only got to drive it a couple of times before I snapped that axle. I was sending it over some pretty big whoops and just blah, snapped it. All right, I'm gonna set up the phone so you guys can watch me take apart this, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, now we're back. We're gonna start with taking out the cotter pin out of the axle nut. Pretty simple. Just bend it back. You want to try not to mess it up too much, or else it kind of makes it a pain in the ass coming out again. Just bend it back. Usually you could slide it out, just grab it, pull it out. This is where your 1 1/8 comes in. Take your axle nut off. Then we could take our 18, taking the radius arm bolts off. This side doesn't clear the caliper. The other side cleared the caliper. This side doesn't clear the caliper. I'm gonna go ahead and take out this bottom one. There's one. See if we can get this out. There we go. There's both of them. On the other side, this was already loose. Maybe we need to get a hammer to tap that out. Let me grab a hammer. Now, I got the hammer. I don't really want to mess up this axle because this side is still good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide the nut back onto the threads. That way, when I'm hitting it, I don't fuck up the threads, round them off, mushroom them. You know how it goes, because this will be my spare axle.
just tap it. Make sure you're not hitting it too hard. You don't want to mess up the threads if you're going to reuse it. Like I said, this one's going to be my spare. So, and then like on the other side, I was able to just, boom, pull it right out. Let me grab the other one. Alright, here we got the other one. Boy, opened up, unpackage it. They come with a new nut and a washer. Okay, so now basically you just line up these threads with the old ones. And you get it lined up as close as you can, and you use this like a plunger to get it lined up. It's kind of a pain in the ass. See, there's that. That side slid right in. Then we're gonna slide that over. Put our axle through the hole. We can start the nut. Then we're going to start our radius arms again. Go top to bottom because that's how we take them out. Line that up. Bolt. Now, if yours been taken apart a bunch of times, you might want to Loctite these. This is my first time taking apart this razor, so the nylon is probably still good, so I'm not really worried about it. Just pull this out, line this guy up. Bottom nut. Now we're going to tighten everything back up. For that axle, you want to go pretty tight because it holds the stiffness of the wheel bearing. You don't want no play in the wheel bearing. Still want to be able to move it around. If you want, you could torque it. I really just don't care. They're all toys, right? I mean, might as well have fun with it. Most of the time that does well. I've never really had a problem with them coming off or anything.
All right, guys, I got my wheel back on. And that is how you replace the axles on pretty much all razors. They're all pretty much the same. This is a 21 Turbo S Velocity. I'm gonna give it a little rip, test drive, make sure the axles are all good, make sure we tighten everything correctly, It's been a while since I drove this thing, since last season. That's when I snapped that axle. I just wanted to get it all ready, prepped. It needs a good wash. I did not wash it before I put it away last year. And yeah, just wait for the upgrades. I got to buy a new cage too. As you can see, I snapped it back here and had somebody weld it. The welds are shit and they already snapped again. So I just need to get a new cage, stock cage. I've been trying to come out with more videos, guys. If you guys be patient, I finally got the engine transmission for this Mustang right here. This is 67 Mustang. There's the transmission right there, all the parts for it. So this thing's gonna be going back together pretty soon. I'm just waiting on a torque converter. The engine's mildly built, got some mild cam and stuff. The 69 Chevelle, we're just waiting on a few pieces. The body is off getting worked on somewhere else. And then once we get the body back, we can start doing the engine and transmission. We still got to finish up some brake lines on it and things like that. And just stay tuned for the content. I'm trying to keep it more content coming. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video.